For having me. We're always recruiting volunteers with Hospice PEI, and volunteering is so wonderful. I like to talk a little bit about the benefits of volunteering, as there are so many. And I think it's important to acknowledge that volunteering actually adds to our longevity. There's many health benefits from volunteering. It's a very rewarding experience. I think as we get to know other people, we come to get to know more about ourselves. It gives us a good perspective on life and living. We get to learn about our passions. Sometimes we don't even realize that we're really good or we like something until we have the opportunity to experience new and different things. But I guess the biggest thing is the acknowledgement that it is volunteering is very rewarding in whatever choices you choose to volunteer with. There's so many wonderful organizations out there. So the big thing, I guess I'll start with acknowledging who Hospice PEI is. Hospice PEI is a community of caring individuals making each day count for care recipients, their families, loved ones through our volunteer-led hospice, caregiver, and grief support, comfort and care programs, as well as advocating and educating for quality hospice and palliative care, both provincially and nationally. Our biggest motto is to make each day count. We're in all three regions. Our provincial office is in Charlottetown, Queens region. We have an office. I work out of Summerside. I'm the East Prince coordinator. So our office in Summerside is at Prince County Hospital. And we also have an office in Tignish at the Tignish Health Center for West Prince region. Prince Edward Island is the only province in Canada that does not have a physical hospice. So when we say hospice, it means our community program that we have in place. We have our palliative care center in Charlottetown that is actually government funded with Health PEI, and it's just behind the Queen Elizabeth Hospital. So just sometimes people don't realize the difference. I just wanted to explain that. Hospice PEI has been around since 1984. So we've been doing what we do for quite some time, and it's because of our volunteers that we're able to do the wonderful things we do. We support those experienced and those that have been diagnosed with a life-limiting, uncurable illness. So we journey with them on their end-of-life journey. We meet people where they are. A lot of people wonder, well, what specifically do volunteers do? First of all, we are a volunteer. We can be with them in the hospital. We can be with them in long-term care, community care homes. And the majority of our work is done in homes because a lot of people are wanting to make the choice to have their end-of-life experience at home. So as I said, we meet people where they are, and we are where they are at, wherever they wish to be. Our volunteers spend time. First of all, we require a 2-day training. We try to offer training programs 2 times a year, usually in the fall and in the spring. You can check out our website, www.hospicepei.ca. And also, I encourage following us on Facebook and Instagram. We post daily great things, and you can find out how to reach your coordinators on our website if you are interested in volunteering. So you do take a 2-day training session. We try to do it, well, the one I'm doing recently will be on 2 Saturdays. So we usually take up to 12 participants per training session. And then it's determined what time is best. Is it through the week? So we try to work with what people works with their schedule. A lot of people think that volunteering, well, I should wait till this is something I should do when I'm older. People are getting diagnosed at any age with life-limiting illnesses. And it's so important to have a variety of ages volunteering and doing what we do. We need volunteers in all our communities. So it's a wonderful experience. On the 2-day training, we pretty much cover everything that end of life encompasses. We break it down into 5 different modules. So you can reach out to your coordinators if it's something that you're interested in doing so, and we could provide you with additional information on that. I guess I'd like to share a few special stories of what our volunteers do. And I like to think that you get to be really creative with your kindness. Some of our volunteers, we get to fulfill bucket lists. We help people journey. Sometimes we just sit and listen and let them speak about their life story. We've done some legacy writing for some of our care recipients so that they could leave some letters to their loved ones down the road. We play cards. We drive people to medical appointments if they need some support with getting to drives or for essential services. The big thing is just being a presence. I always like to think that one of the greatest gifts you can give someone is the gift of a volunteer. They're giving their time freely. Most people volunteer because of a personal experience that connects them to something that interests them in the volunteering they choose to do. So there always seems to be a special understanding in what you are choosing to volunteer doing. So it's a really great organization and a very, very rewarding experience. So if it's something that you're thinking about, please check us out at Hospice PEI. You can reach out to your coordinators and discuss and ask any information you would like to know further about. So, and that's pretty much the gist of my presentation for today. But if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer anything. So.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Catherine, for your presentation. I do have a question here. So someone would like to know whether you could give us more details on the role of a grief support volunteer.
So with our grief supports that we do currently, we do an 8-week in-person group grief session. We did have volunteers trained that would do peer support with phone calls, but our grief support system setup has changed somewhat where we're doing the 8-week in-person and we have a monthly Zoom call. So the volunteer participation in regards to our grief support is changed a bit now. There will be some availability to partake in some of our in-person group sessions, but we no longer do the peer one-on-one phone calling now. We did change that program. So.